played this record as frequently as possible.
Hey everyone, it's me, Mr. G. Welcome back to my channel. It's Sunday, so you know what that is. It's pickups video. I was really excited to make this video again because, wow, this week was pretty epic. I found so much cool stuff this week. It was crazy. Almost every single day I went to Goodwill or yard sale and I picked up some amazing stuff for this collection. There is so much to show this week. It's crazy. Goodwill had so many good games. The yard sales I went to had so much cool stuff. I picked up a lot of consoles this week. It was such an epic week. Unbelievable. And the other thing, I'll talk about my beautiful wife and how she's coming yard sale hunting with me now, and she's my good luck chum. Well, she has to come with me every single time now regardless, because she found some amazing stuff this week. In fact, she actually probably found some of the best stuff this week. As I keep saying, the apprentice is now becoming the master, and she's actually taking over me in terms of finding games out in the wild, because she found some amazing stuff this week. So cool. I love her to bits, and she's becoming the game hunting master. Really cool. So as I said, there is a lot to show this week. There is so much stuff. This video is actually going to go on quite a while, I think, because I have to talk about so much stuff. Every single day I found something really cool. So relax, this video is probably going to go on long. Let's have a look what I found this week. Let's jump into it. So the first thing actually before we start is I did buy a new phone. I bought the new iPhone. Apparently it films in 4K, so I think this video is going to look a lot better than my previous videos. I'm hoping it is. So let's see if it comes out better than my previous videos, because it's supposed to stream in 4K. So alright, let's start. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with a banger, because last Sunday I didn't film a video last week because I didn't really find much, but last Sunday there was a yard sale by my house. It was a 3-day yard sale. Started on Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Sunday afternoon about 11, my wife was like, let's go check out the yard sale. It's like literally right next to our house. So I had to work Saturday, so I didn't go. So I said to her, yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything left. I mean, it's been going on for 3 days. We're not going to find anything. So she's like, no, come on, let's go. Let me go with you. Let's take you. So I know I tell you my wife's my good luck charm. This proves it. So we go to the yard sale, and as we're driving there, I'm like, no, we're not going to find anything. And we park the car, and I say to my wife, yeah, they're going to have nothing. It's a waste of time. She goes, you never know. So anyway, I did film the whole encounter. But when I got into the car, I looked at my video and it only filmed for 1 second. So I'm really bummed it didn't film the encounter, because it was a crazy experience what happened. And I didn't get on video. I'm so bummed about it. Anyway, so I have to tell you what happened. So we went to this yard sale, and sitting on the floor was a couple of games. Not really good games, but let me just grab them quickly. Sitting on the floor was Finding Nemo, Ben 10, and Juice 2. So Juice 2 is going into my collection because I don't own this game, and these games are just okay games. So these 3 games are sitting on the floor. So I was like, oh, okay, they got some games sitting there. So I went up to the woman. There was a husband and wife, and they had a whole lot of stuff. And I said to her, oh, do you have any other games? And she was like, oh, we did. We had a tub of games, but it sold on Friday. So I was like, oh, that's so sad. I can't believe I missed out. And she goes, yeah, sorry, man. So I said to her, are you sure you don't have anything else? She was like, no, I don't have anything else, sorry. So then I was looking around, and I said to her, are you sure there's still nothing else? So she's like, no, I don't think so. So she looked under the tables, and she pulled out these tubs, and she was going through the tubs, and she's like, no, there's nothing. And then the husband was like, yeah, I don't think there's anything. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I looked around, and I was going to pay for these games, and she wanted $1 each. And I was like, listen, just before I go, are you sure there is nothing else? And she's like, no, I don't think so. She says, let me just look again. So she pulled out this black bag from under the table. She opened it up, and there was all these cords. And then she reached down to the bottom. She goes, oh, I might have something. What is this? And I couldn't believe what she pulled out of the bag. I was like, what the? I couldn't believe it. I almost had a heart attack. Anyway, what she pulled out of the bag was, are you guys ready for this? This is crazy. A jungle green Nintendo 64 with 2 controllers. That was sitting in the bag with 2 controllers at the bottom of the bag with the expansion pack. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It just goes to show you, you always have to ask, because people will always have stuff they don't take out. I can't believe this was sitting in the bag. This, with the 2 controllers and the expansion pack, is a $200 machine. This is worth $200. She said you want it for $20. I was like, no questions asked. I'm gonna give you this for $20. What a steal. These colorful Nintendo consoles are very rare. This is the least rare of all the colors, but still it is worth $200. You never see the colorful ones. Funny story is that I used to actually own this like 12, 13 years ago. I found it really, really cheap. And then when I left New York, I sold my whole collection. And this was one of the items that I always regret selling, was my jungle green Nintendo 64. Because they're so expensive now and you never see them. And I always wanted this in my collection again. And it was one of the consoles and things I owned that I always regret selling. So I was so happy to find this again and add this to my collection. So cool that she pulled that out, and I now have a jungle green Nintendo 64 in my collection. And that's how the week started off. That was last Sunday. I do have an original Nintendo 64 black console. I actually listed it on eBay with the controller, and I sold it for $150. So I'm adding this to jungle green, which I paid $24, and I sold my old one for $150. And that was how the week started off. So cool. I'm so happy to have that back in my collection. You don't even understand. And it was all because my wife made me go to this yard sale. My good luck charm. Really amazing. So that's how the week started. So because I sold the Nintendo 64 on eBay and I made some money, I did show you the Monster Hunter amiibo I found at Goodwill the other day. I decided to go on eBay and buy the other 2 amiibos. So I did pick up both of the amiibos that were missing from Monster Hunters. This is the Razwing Ratha. That's the monster. So I bought that on eBay. It was $30. And I bought Ina. And this was also $30. So I picked up the 2 final Monster Hunter Story 2 amiibos to finish. As I said, I have no space. I'm thinking about putting it over here because that's probably the only space I have left. So I did pick up those off eBay, and I have finished the Monster Hunter Story 2 amiibos. And then, oh my gosh, Goodwill this week was also amazing. The Goodwill by my job, I went in almost every single day, and every day I walked in, I found games, and some of them were such great games. I didn't film some of the encounters, but I will show you what I did find. I did find a factory sealed UFC 2. I did find that in Goodwill. Found another copy of Forza 5. I have picked this up so many times, and I did find Monster Jam Urban Assault. Those are just 3 random games I found in Goodwill. And then the first amazing pickup I got at Goodwill this week was also crazy. I can't believe it. Anyway, I have a video for that, and here it is. Yeah, also, can you believe that pickup? I got 2 PSP 1000s for $8 each. Just sitting in Goodwill. I mean, what are the chances of that? You never see PSPs anymore. And there were 2 sitting there. I did bring them home. I did test them out. They do both work perfectly. These go for about $60 to $80 on eBay. So I do own a PSP 1000 and a PSP 2000. So I am going to sell these on eBay. Unfortunately, this one is missing the battery and the cover, but I did buy one off eBay. So once it comes, I'm going to sell them both. And also the crazy thing is that both of them had the same game inside. Kingdom Hearts for the PSP. So someone had 2 PSPs and 2 copies of Kingdom Hearts, and I picked them up for $8 each. What a score. Really crazy. So I'm going to sell these PSPs with the game. I'm probably going to ask maybe $60 or $70, and I'm going to list those both on eBay. And that was like the start of the week, what I found in Goodwill. Amazing pickup. That was also an amazing pickup. And then I went twice, and I found some crazy games at Goodwill. unbelievable. And I have a video for both of the pickups. Here they are. Yeah, I can't believe how good Goodwill this was this week. The games I was finding was just bonkers. As I said, I was going through the CDs and I found the first lot in the CDs. That's why you always got to look in the CDs for games, because the PlayStation games and DS games and Dreamcast games are always sitting in the CD section. So these are the games I found. Pokemon Pearl, complete in box. That is crazy that was just sitting there, and the cartridge is still inside. Nobody stole it. Fully complete in box. Pokemon games are always worth money. I always say that. This one's worth about $60 now. So that was sitting there for $60. Point Blank. I had no idea how expensive this game was. This is a $50 game. I was quite shocked when I came home and checked out how much this game was. Point Blank is a $50 game. That was sitting there. That's going in my collection. And then Time Crisis, which I don't own. That's a $20 game. That's going in my collection. And then Metal Gear Solid. I picked that up too. That's going in my collection. So I picked up those amazing games at Goodwill this week. Really, really crazy. That's about $150 worth of games just sitting on the shelf. And then the second video I showed you, also really crazy. Star Wars The Force Awakens Special Edition for the PlayStation 4, factory sealed. I mean, that's also just sitting in Goodwill. This is a $30 game. I'm going to keep this because I have a feeling in the future that this sealed deluxe edition is actually going to be worth quite a bit of money. It's going to be a collector's item. So I'm going to add that to the my collection. I have it on the Wii U, but I don't have it on the PS4, so I'm definitely going to add it. And then there was a UMD Resident Evil Extinction. They were asking $6. I don't usually pay that for UMDs, but this is factory sealed, so I'm going to add that to my collection. And then Black Ops 2, which is always worth money in trades at Goodwill, not Goodwill, GameStop, or you could sell on eBay. So I'm going to take that to GameStop. And then a factory sealed Red Dead Redemption. I mean, what an amazing week at Goodwill. I found so much stuff at Goodwill this week. It's actually quite bonkers. It's really crazy. And then that was all the cool finds I found in Goodwill this week. Even there alone, I was like, wow, this video on Sunday is going to be so cool because I found so much stuff. But nope. Yesterday, Saturday, had the day off. So I was like, let's go yard sale hunting. My wife was like, oh, I'm definitely coming with. And I said, my wife is my good luck charm. And we went out and we found so much cool stuff. And she found so much cool stuff. She is becoming the monster. I keep telling it. So we went all over and we found stuff. So I only filmed the last encounter of the day because that one was crazy. Because we're going to random yard sales. So the first yard sale we went to in the morning. We went to this yard sale. This guy had all these tools. It was like a big backyard with tools. And I was looking around and I didn't see anything. I was like, yeah, I don't think this guy's got anything. So I was about to leave. My wife was like, no, let me look in the boxes quickly. So she's going through the box and she's like, oh, I found something. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Anyway, she pulled out a pink Nintendo DSi system. This is a $60 system just sitting in a box that she just randomly found. And she also found an Atari 2600 game, Star Raiders, sitting in the box. So my amazing wife just finds these in the box, and I go up to the guy and I goes, how much you want? He goes, oh, you can have them both for $5. Okay, no questions asked. Thank you, I'll take this DSi for $5. So that was the first yard sale of the day, and that was the first find that my wife found. She picks up a $60 system. So cool. I love it so much. Oh my god. So funny enough, I don't own a Nintendo DSi in my system. I was going to sell it, but I don't own a Nintendo DSi. I have like 10 original DS systems, but not a DSi. So I'm actually going to add that to my collection. And then the Star Raider game isn't worth much. I don't collect Atari games, but I mean, that was just kind of a throw in. And then we went to the second yard sale, and I walked up, and there was this young guy there, and I was like, I had a Zelda shirt on. He was like, hey man, I love that shirt. I love Zelda. So I was like, yeah, I'm actually here for video games. And he was like, yeah, no, sorry man, I'm not selling my games. I also collect games. And I was like, oh, that sucks. He goes, yeah, no games for sale here. So I'm talking to him, and my wife walks off, and she's looking around, and then she comes up to me. She goes, oh, I found the game. I'm like, oh, the guy said he's not selling games. So my wife walks up to me, and she goes, yeah, I found Deadpool for the PlayStation 4. And I'm like, I've been looking for this game for so long. I really want to play this game. What is this sitting here? So I go up to the guy and I go, hey, my wife just found the game on the table. And he's like, what? I go, yeah, look, I have Deadpool. And he goes, oh, what? So he calls his brother, his young brother, and he goes, hey, did you put some games out? And he goes, yeah, I put out Deadpool. So I asked him, oh, how much do you want for this? So the little brother's like, $2, please. So his brother's like, are you sure you want to sell it for $2? He goes, yeah, $2. So I was like, okay, thank you very much. Thank you to my wife for finding this. I'll give you $2, no questions asked. I really wanted the game. But I came home and I was quite surprised to find that this is a $40 game. I was very surprised to find out how expensive this game is. And that was another find that my wife found. I mean, she's amazing how good she's doing. So she found that for $40 at the second yard sale we went to. Really, really crazy. And then we were looking around. It got late. It was like 11 in the morning, and it was so hot yesterday. It was like 96 degrees, and we were hungry. So we're like, no, let's just call it a day. Let's go home. Let's get some breakfast. Let's go put the air conditioning on. We're done for the day. So driving home, and I see this little yard sale sign. So I said to her, oh, well, let's just go have a look at it quickly. So we went and we looked at it, and I pulled up, and I was like, oh, well, it's the end of the day. I don't think they have anything. I walked up, and it was crazy what I found. I can't believe it. The last yard sale of the day ended up being the biggest score of the day. Bonkers. And I have a video for that too. There's all these games in the system.
What was the price?
Tell me what you want.
Tell him.
Shoot me a price. Come on.
You start at 200,
200. Whoa, that's a lot.
150.
How about 100?
Okay.
You down for 100? $120? I'll give you $120. Okay, you got it? All right, dude, I got it. Yeah, the last yard sale of the day, I ended up getting this whole blanket full of games and consoles. So crazy. It was these three little kids. You can actually hear the dad in the background. He's telling them to work out a price because they were selling the games. The little kid said 200. I would never pay 200 for that. Even 100, what I got was kind of overpriced, but I wanted to help out these little kids, so I offered them 120. It's more than I would usually pay. And so they were like, okay, cool, we'll take it. So I just grabbed all the games, all the consoles for 120. So cool. But the craziest thing is that, well, actually, let me save that for the end. Let me show you what I got first. So the first thing I got was an Xbox 360. Dropping the PSPs everywhere. That's not a good thing. So I got the Xbox 360e. So this is the final Xbox 360 design before the Xbox One came out. I actually have an Xbox 360 Elite. So this is the last model. I don't own this. I'm thinking about keeping this one and selling my Elite. I've just got to test it and make sure that it works fine. I did test it. It did play a game, but the disk drive's a little bit iffy. So I'm going to make a decision. But if not, I can sell mine or this one for $100. It came with 3 controllers. It came with 2 black ones and a wired white one. So I could make $100 easy just off that. So that was in the pickup. And as I said, it had 3 controllers. And then it had a whole stack of games. I think there was about maybe 15 games in there. Quite a lot. Some pretty decent ones. I'm not going to go through them all. A lot of Call of Duties, which always sell. Some Need for Speeds. These ones are all owned, so I'm going to sell these or go to GameStop and get credit. And then there were a few that I'm putting in my collection. As I said, they're not the greatest games, but I'm trying to go for as many Xbox 360 games as I can, so I'm just going to collect everything. Dead Space 2, which I thought I owned, but I don't, so that's going in my collection. NHL 09, Wipeout, Create and Crash, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts, FIFA 15, and the last one was Madden 12. So I am adding a few games to my collection, not the greatest games, but I did get an Xbox 360 with all those games. And then there was a red Wii. These still sell for $80. These are actually very collectible items. I did test it. It does work. Unfortunately, it is missing all the doors. But I did go ahead and I ordered the doors off eBay. So once they come, I'm going to sell it because the red Wii's are very collectible. So that was a really great fun too. And it came with, like I always say, 4 Wiimotes. I mean, how many Wiimotes do I have now? I think I have like 30. I have a whole box of Wiimotes. I'm always picking up Wiimotes. It's ridiculous. And it came with 3 nunchucks. It came with a red one and a white one. And then it came with a whole bunch of games too. They're not the greatest games. There was Sonic for the Xbox in there as well. I don't know why that was there. They said they didn't have the system. It has the Star Wars Force Awakens, Dragon, Sonic, How to Train Your Dragon, Shaun White, Avatar, Just Dance, Carnival games. So they're not the greatest games, but there were about 15 games in this binder too. So I was more than willing to help these little kids and give them $120 for that, because that's such a great find. It was the last yard sale of the day at the end of the day, and I found all of that. And the funny thing is that once I gave them the money, they went up and they're trying to work out the money, and they end up fighting, and the little one starts crying, and the dad was like, whoa, give me the money, guys, I'm gonna work this out for you. So they were so happy to get the money. So funny. Dad had to come in and sort it out. But that wasn't even the crazy part, because my amazing wife, I know I keep talking about her, she was on the other side in the toy section, and she was looking through the toys, and she looks at me, and then she goes like, shh. And she goes, oh, I found this little game over here too. And the father was like, oh, don't worry, you can have it for free, just take it. So my wife was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. She gets it for free, and what he gave her was Pokemon Yellow. That is so crazy that my wife gets a Pokemon Yellow copy for free. I mean, this is a $40 to $50 game. That pickup was worth it just for this game alone, which they threw in for free that my wife found there. She said it was sitting on a chip packet in the toys. It was just sitting there. So I was like, oh, that's so crazy. That's the last score of the day, a free copy of Pokemon Yellow. What an amazing week. I mean, seriously, what an amazing week. Goodwill, yard sales, my wife, ended up being the best week ever. We found so much amazing stuff this week. It was crazy. Honestly, it's one of the best weeks I've ever had. So much pricey consoles were found. A lot of stuff to trade in at Goodwill. And some really cool stuff's going into my collection. A really amazing week. There was one other game I found yesterday. We went to a random thrift store, and I did find Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings for the Wii, which I don't own, so I picked that up too. So that was also what I found yesterday. But other than that, one of the best weeks we've ever had. My wife is an amazing game hunter now. She's becoming the master. Really cool. Such a great week. So anyway, that was my pickups video for the week. I think this video is going to be pretty long. It might be one of the longest I've ever had, because there was a lot of stuff I had to show you this week. Really cool. My wife is so good at finding games now. So cool. So I'm glad everybody came back this week to check out my video. I hope you all enjoyed it this week. As I always say, give my video a like, subscribe. I'm Mr. G. I'm out.
I mean,
Ah!
can you cut that out?
I'm going to keep it in.
I was waiting for you to finish so I could pop in and say, I hear you.